I'm sorry, maybe I used a wrong term, override. I actually should have used term to confirm. Confirmation, I'm sorry about that. But nonetheless, you understood what I was saying. And then in the confirmation of your test, Lieutenant Colonel Surero then uses bullet number 4 and bullet number 8, not so?
So yesterday, after the heated and intense courtroom over there at the Pretoria High Court, we covered three things here. We covered that Judge Rutter does not listen in court, and I have put the video up where you guys see that Mangena, not Rulof, is the one who brought the firearm and the blue box to the court. And Judge Rutter said, open it up. I want to see it. Show everybody the firearm. Everybody touch and see the firearm, including the 5 accused, okay? If you haven't seen that video, I will link it up here, all right? And then next things, what else happened? We also discussed the scene reconstruction. So also you can catch that video as well up here. And today we are going to cover, oh my God, ballistic experts, Mangena and his co-workers, okay, his colleagues over there, his learned colleagues in the ballistics department, and the protocols that are not protocoling. Okay, this is what we're going to cover in this video, but I want to give this little behind the scenes situation because I got this as a comment in my comment section. So you know what, I thought it is best to explain it. So Mangena received the bullets. Okay, Mangena received the exhibit, which is the crime scene exhibit, which he compared. Okay, every time he talks about it, it's on the left in the microscope in the pictures that he did in the homework. Okay, then he says he tested 8 bullets. So he tested 8 bullets, but remember, when he tested those bullets, he labels them bullet number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 8 bullets, even though you hear him say he chose bullet number 5 and number 9. I got a comment that says, where's the 9th bullet coming from if he only tested 8 bullets? So why is he starting from counting from number 3? Because Rulof labeled his test bullets as 1 and 2. And as we know, Mangena says, I don't compare my results to Rulof's results, because who really cares what Rulof did? So he starts counting from 3 all the way up to 10, and he compares the 10 bullets with what? The exhibit bullet from the Spaza house. I hope that clarifies it. So let's get into it, and I hope that helps you out as we listen through.
My lord, I gave him all the tests, and he used all the tests, and the marks that he could find, or maybe that he could identify it properly, was bullet number 8 and bullet number 4 and bullet number 8.
That is exactly what I'm saying. In his affidavit, it says in his section 212 affidavit, he says, I use test bullet number 4 and bullet number 8 to confirm the tests that were done by Lieutenant Colonel Mangena. That is exactly what he says.
That's correct, my lord.
Thank you. You also wouldn't tell the court whether, you don't know whether, did it make any endeavors to compare that bullet number 8 and bullet number 4 to those test bullets that you came and prepared on the court shot here at court? Not so. That is bullet number 5 and 9.
My lord, I don't know if he compared those bullets first, but he compared all the tests probably with the exhibit that I gave him. Because the purpose was to compare the bullet, to confirm the microscopic work that I did, that the exhibit bullet is positive with the test bullet.
Now, would you agree with me that you said you fired the FMJs and you also fired the FMS bullets because the FMJ did not give you it did not, I'm sorry. Just a second, man. I think I did not switch my phone on. Now, you said you fired the FMJs, that's the full metal jacket, not so, amongst others.
That's correct, my lord.
And do you know what type of a bullet was bullet number 8?
Bullet number 8 was FMJ.
And that is the bullet that Serrero worked on, not so.
That's correct, my lord.
Now, how do you explain this rationale? That you had to fire the CMJs in order to get better markings, and yet Mr. Serrero uses the FMJ to compare your tests. I mean, to affirm your tests, to confirm your tests.
My lord, the first 2 FMJ bullets that I have compared with exhibit were the tests which were fired by Warrant Officer Rudolph. I could not get the match on this, but could see the similarities. That's why I've decided to shoot more tests using the correct ammunition. And within those correct ammunition, there's CMJs. I also used the 2 FMJs I compared. Not that the 2 FMJs that I fired didn't have marks. They had marks.
No, that I understand, but can you also understand what I'm saying? Maybe let me put it in a different way. You say you had to fire this CMJ because they were made of a softer material. Therefore, the transfer of the marks into the test bullet was easier compared to the FMJ, not so?
My lord, not that there were no marks on those FMJs, or the marks will differ. Marks will not differ. It's just that when you shoot the test on this firearm, because of the condition of the firearm, as I said, it does not transfer those marks properly to all the exhibits. In some of the tests, you can see the marks that you cannot see on the others. Even on those FMJs, there were marks that are visible on the FMJs, but on those, these could not see them clearly. So not necessarily that I couldn't see anything on the FM. I could see the marks also on the FMJs.
Now you are also confirming that the firearm was old and the barrel was abused. It could not transfer proper marks onto certain types of bullet. That is what you're saying.
My lord, it could not transfer marks clearly that it could, but it could transfer marks, and it's possible to can match some of the marks that were transferred to the bullets by the firearm.
Thank you. Now back to my initial question, that which I surmise you did not understand. Serrero, you're saying bullet number 8, which was used by Serrero to confirm your work, was a FMJ, not so?
That's correct.
Yourself, the bullets that you used to prepare the court's shot, those 2 bullets, that is now bullet number 5 and 9, were CMJs, not so?
My lord, I will repeat again.
Can you please answer the asked?
I'm asking the question.
Not
I've answered
so.
this question and I'm asking it again.
CMJ, I'm not saying repeat anything. I'm simply asking you, the bullets, the test bullets, which you yourself have used in order to prepare the court's chart, with CMJs, not so?
Listen, this merry-go-round was getting exhausting. It was repeat, repeat, repeat until you answer my question. You used CMJs. Cirilo used FMJs. Why did you bring CMJs and not the FMJs? Mangena, I used the FMJs as well, but I didn't see what I needed to see. So I brought the CMJs. MNISI, yes, but why the CMJs and not the FMJs? Do you know what I mean? So let me put it in layman's terms what this argument is about. So, if you bought from ShopRite and Checkers, you bought the bread from ShopRite and Checkers, but then you went and also bought bread from Woolies, and then you tested the bread from Woolies, and then you also tested the bread from ShopRite and Checkers, but then you decide that you like the bread from ShopRite and Checkers. Why did you pick ShopRite and Checkers and not Woolies? Normally, you would say, well, the Woolies bread tastes fantastic, especially with my tea. But Mangena can't even explain that. And that is a little bit concerning for me. It is concerning for me when a ballistic expert, the guy who did the done studies for studying the bullets and the firearms, and he got the opportunity to be with the FBI, and the FBI teach him all these things. And also Umlungu over there today, he's sitting in court like, you know what, I'm here on a free ticket. This is got nothing to do with me, but I'm going to sit here to support the defense just in case Mangena says something. And look at Umlungu every time. He's just wondering what is going on with Mangena, which for me makes me question Mangena's entirety, because if you're an expert and you're explaining something, why are you getting agitated? Why are you getting frustrated? Why are you struggling to explain the basics of your day-to-day job? I'll tell you why. Because you wanted to spend your time being an investigating officer, going around measuring people, recreating crime scenes, and not even bothering to talk to witnesses. There's a lot of loopholes and things that don't make sense with his mythology. And I am glad MNISI is putting him in this corner. But do you know who else is watching him in that corner? Obaloyi and Judge Rata. Judge Rata said, you know what, I'm trying my best here, okay? After last week, Monday, that Sowetan writing about me and calling my courtroom a mockery of justice when I have 50 years of experience and I've only been here a year, and then they're calling me a mockery of justice. But some cases have been in court for 20 years. MNISI even confirms another one has been in court for 11 years, but mine is a mockery of justice. I am not going to say anything. I don't want to be quoted or misquoted by that Sowetan and those YouTubers. But you know what? I digress. That is the explanation, the best way I can explain FMJ and CMJ to you. Let me know in the comment section down below if that was helpful. Let's continue with this boring argument between these two.
That's correct, my lord. There's
Thank
two
you.
test bullets that I have preferred to use for the court chart were the two CMJs.
Now, Sirero comes and confirm your tests that are based on the FMJs. I mean, your tests which are based on CMJs, when he has used the FMJs. Do you understand that?
My lord, the FMJs, I could make them positive, but I did not use them for court chart.
Don't know English.
You
Your
don't know.
spirit is half naked.
You hesitate, Span, and I hesitate. If you hesitate, I go back.
We all once hesitate.
I'm just going to pretend that when Mangena says I could make the FMJs positive, that was just a slip of the tongue. English wasn't Englishing. The bundles have diminished. There's too much answering that he was doing. And in that moment, that was just a slip of the tongue. Because I cannot believe when we know that science is... Wow, that science is accurate. It's consistent. And what in the courtroom is he saying? What does he mean he can make them positive? You see, this is what he means when he says, I reconstruct the crime scene. He reconstructs crime scenes to suit his theories. And why is it only one gun that was tested that we know of? Okay, that was tested, that apparently accused number 3 used, okay, 6 years later became a match to the SENZO MEYIWA crime scene. Do you see what I'm saying? I can't help you, Mangena. I can't. I mean, I cannot help you because you said what you said and it's on record and I heard you.
But then why? Because Rulofs also used FMJs. Why didn't you continue to use these FMJs?
My lord, I've mentioned this. The FMJs which were shot by Rulofs did not have proper marks. Okay. That's why I had to shoot my own test. And within my test, I've also fired the FMJs, of which on my FMJs, I could see the markings.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Now, you said you understand the concept of CMS, consecutive matching trial, not so?
That's correct, madam.
Now, in a test exhibit, in what region of the test bullet will we find these striations?
In what? Can you rephrase the question?
In what region of the test bullet will we find, or would the expert normally find striations?
On the grooves.
Thank you. You're also familiar with the concept of same relative area or position, not so?
That's correct.
Thank you. Now, in a practical application of this concept, maybe before I get there, is this also one of the concepts that you got when you attended the seminar or the training by Bruce Moran and John Maddock?
That's correct.
Thank you. Now, how would you define the concept of same relative position as it relates to ballistic analysis?
My lord, when you're speaking of the same relative position, I mean, on both items, it must be on the same position.
Yes.
If you're looking at 1 o'clock on your exhibit, it must be 1 o'clock on your test. If you're rotating your exhibit or your exhibit and test, you rotate them simultaneously to look on the same relative positions. You're not moving one and then you move the other one, or you don't move the other. Both items must be on the same position and you move them simultaneously. Then you are on the same relative position.
Thank you. Now let us use just one exhibit. Just one exhibit. In relation to just one exhibit, test bullet, let's say it's a test bullet or it's a scene bullet, the bullet that is picked up from the scene. In relation to that exhibit, what is the meaning of this concept, same relative position in relation to that one exhibit? Not as when you're comparing two exhibits.
You cannot speak of same relative position in one item. It cannot be. If it's same relative positions, when you're comparing two items, it must be the same position from this one and this one. So if you're talking of one exhibit, what do you mean by the same relative position? You are relating it to which exhibit or to which part of it? Because we are talking about one item.
So is it not so that when you are using two exhibits, the purpose why you're doing that is to compare if there are similarities between the same exhibits, not so?
Now you are comparing two different items, the similarities on those two different items. Then you must be on the same relative position on both of them so that you can see if they match.
Thank you. I don't dispute that, not even with a cent. Now let us start here. You receive a scene bullet, not so?
You know what? In our day-to-day lives, we don't really need to understand all this. I'm sure you can agree with me. So I'm just going to cut it here, end it here. We're going to do the klima right here. But I want to ask you something. What is Judge Retta agreeing to? Let me tell you something. MNISI is speaking with 1, such authority, 2, understanding, 3, challenging Umangena on what he is an expert at, and Umangena is on the defensive end, like, where is this guy going? Why are we doing a theory now? This is supposed to be practical class, and I like to invent my results, and now this guy is bringing in the theory. I might be caught out. So this is why, in my opinion, Umangena is being highly defensive. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did you learn anything from all this and dondones, okay, with the Firearm and the FMJs and the CMJs and the CMS? It's a lot, okay, Guningi. But if you've made it this far in the video, oh my God, thank you so much for staying live on the masterclass from MNISI's masterclass right there in the Pretoria High Court. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, okay, please. Why? Because I can smell 40,000 subscribers, and yes, I'm highly excited. That is a huge accomplishment from somebody who just started this channel to see where we'd get to. So thank you so much for all your support. If you have seen Judge Retta in the comment section, in the emojis, you're seeing Gomezulu, you're seeing MNISI, and you're asking yourself, what is going on this channel? Well, you know what? You have to hit the join button so you can have access to such privileges. Hit the join button, okay? It is absolutely affordable, so consider joining us so you can benefit from our extra exclusive, okay? Only here on the Mzansi Unfiltered channel. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on my next upload.